Well, good evening, everybody, or whoever, one body or by bodies, or just everybody. It is day 5, not a drop of alcohol. Let's see. Other than my own temptations going on in my head, I have a neighbor that lives down below. Older guy, him and his, I think, girlfriend. Cool people. He's an older veteran. But when I would drink, it'd be nights or days or whatever. I'd end up down there hanging out till the wee hours of the morning. And I guess it was, I don't know, without looking, I think about noon or 1, he sent a message asking me if I wanted to come down and have a beer. I can't lie. I sent a message back saying, yeah, got to do a few things. I'll be down in a little bit. But I didn't go. I left. I had to go to town. Had to go pick up some things from the store. And got back. Had to cook for Ollie. And decided not to go. Whether it was one or one sip, I'm not going to do it. So, you know, I thought I would make sure to tell anything that happens, you know, like that, any temptation, you know, whether it's my own or somebody offering. But I haven't talked to them about me not drinking, and I don't know if they see this or when I post it on TikTok, so I'm just going to chop it up to them not knowing. But yeah. So other than that, I went to town. Like I said, I had to pick up stuff for Ollie, and I'm sure it's cold and slick and snowing and windy everywhere else. I don't think it's gotten out of the teens today here, but it wasn't funny at the time. But on the way home, as everything here is what, Ollie? You got treats, buddy. Here. Put some in my pocket just for that reason. But here, like well, I think it's worse here than it was back home. Anywhere you walk you're going to go uphill, no matter which direction you're going. Sitting in the middle of mountains, so you know, look out that window, there's mountains. You look hard enough, you'll see mountains that way. So, anywho, as I'm coming down the hill, my big ass hits a piece of ice, and instead of just flopping backwards and landing on my backpack, I had a few groceries and stuff in it, and I decided to just drop on my knees, which was a dumbass mistake, but so I'm okay. Just not paying attention, trying to get home because it was cold out. So let's see. That's probably the most exciting thing that's happened. But still, it's like, I know I always say I'm either cleaning or packing when I do this. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what used to be my man cave, so that'd be 5. No, the man cave would be 6, and then the bathroom would be 7 rooms, and there's a ton of stuff in every room. So it's like work on one room all day, and there's always still something there. So I'm trying to think where I left off last night before I decided to before I had something in my eye and had to go. I don't know. I know I was talking about being the type of person that, you know, I had friends that could drink on the weekends and not touch a drop. until the next weekend, or even the next month at times. That never been me. If I'm going to drink, it's got to be every day. And if back when I had the job and had to work, as soon as I got off, depending on where I was working at, usually there would be a cooler full of beer in my little car I had at the time, or yeah. But the way I'm feeling, a little shaky today, but I think that's one of the reasons. I mean, anybody that knows me and one half of my family, the majority of us males shake, all the time. So I'm sure that kind of plays a role, but I'm sure, being up a day without anything isn't helping either. But let's see. I might go off on a little bit of a rant. I'm sure most people that see this have seen the bubbly video of me busting my TV that shit the bed on me. So all I watch is on my laptop or my phone, which is usually YouTube. I'm not even on TikTok that much unless I'm posting something. But anyway, I tend to watch a lot of shorter videos, mainly what's going on in the world. One, I'm glad I'm not 21 again trying to date, that's for sure. That shit's just crazy. But anything longer than 30 minutes, I usually change. My attention span lasts about that long, so that's probably no surprise. But I see these retards, and I'm not talking about people with mentally challenging issues. I'm talking about the real retards that decide to jump out in the middle of the road and stop the police or whoever from doing their job. I wish they would just keep driving. Maybe if they made a few of those people a speed bump every now and then, they'd stop getting in the road. Just my thought. But another thing that drives me batshit crazy is some of the, this is why I'm glad I'm not in the dating world any younger. Most of the, and I'm not attacking one side or the other, it's just what I've seen, but at one point there was this question going around to the women, do you want to be trapped in the woods with a man or a bear? And they got to be just doing it for the clicks, because every one of them, oh, I want to be with a bear. They can't be that fucking stupid. Sorry. Try to keep this as PG as I can. But yeah, that's the kind of dumb shit I watch. Other than when I'm listening to music as I'm cleaning. But, and when I was walking back from the store today, I kind of thought of this. And I'm not being funny when I say this, but I've always talked to myself, whether it's, it don't matter what age I was. I've always had conversations with myself, so you would think that doing this is easy. But I do appreciate, one thing I want to touch on is, I'm trying to go back, before I go live every night, I'm trying to go and check, the comments and the thumbs up and just everything that everybody takes the time to do, whether it's a comment or a thumbs up or whatever. I figure if you take the time to either watch this after I do it live or during the live, or even just post a comment or something, I need to take the time to, look at what people has put and wrote, or, even the thumbs up. I may not remember everybody's name, but I'm going to start looking at all the messages. I'm going to start trying to respond back to the messages every day now. May sit down and try to catch up on everything from the past 5 days. But I am very grateful for everybody that takes the time out to sit up with me or watches it afterwards. I did see, Linda, I've seen something you said today, and I'll try to do it a little earlier, at least 1 or 2 days a week, so that you can be up for it. I love you, sis. I got your card. I think I said that the other day, but I just want to make sure. Got your card. Thank you. Thank you. Don't think I'm going to put a Christmas tree up because it's just something else I'd have to unpack. But may take a broom and wrap a thing of lights around it, put a star on top. That'll be the tree. I don't know. But let's see. It's getting easier, you know. It's just when I get out, honestly. And, you know, I've always said, even, you know, anything I've ever done drug-wise or alcohol-wise, I think it's always been harder because it's, all you have to do is walk to the nearest corner store and it's right there. You can stop and get gas or go get groceries, and you know, about every store you stop at has it. So, but I'm not going to get the big head and say, "Oh, I've got this hook," because you know, you never know what's going to, you know, I don't know what's going to set me off, you know, or trigger me. I hate that word, but you know, could be having a good day and get a bad piece of mail, or you know, whatever. You know, or I've just gotta, you know, keep thinking about everybody that support me, and you know, keep thinking that no matter what, I'm doing it for myself, so that I can be that better friend. You know, whatever, brother, not a sister. I don't wear dresses anymore. And for you who know what I'm talking about, me being the dumb when I was a teenager and stuff, and back when it was cool to be weird, not like the retards today. But I know that whether it's been a week or a month or a year, I can't let my guard down, so. But I tell you, for those that don't know how big my apartment really is, obviously most of the time that I'm doing this, I'm pacing, and it's so big that when I'm pacing, my watch starts keeping count of, you know, how far I'm walking in my own apartment. I think I've gotten to half a mile once. That tells you, you know, how big. But yeah. Oh, I guess I better go in the other room. It's saying slow connection. I don't know if I've been lagging or if my brain lags. I don't know. Keep the dog out of the kitchen, so I have to climb over the broken TV that keeps him out. And if anybody wants to know, it's water that's in it, straight ice water. That's all I drink. I can't lie, I spoiled myself. I got a 2-liter cherry Pepsi today, so figured I've been drinking nothing but water, so. But anyway, let's see. I don't know. I didn't really think about much to say tonight. I busted my ass on the way home from going to town. Once I finally got in, I laid down and took a little bit of a nap, so didn't really think about much. Just mainly on here to ramble and check in with everybody that's keeping track. I've not seen anybody, say anything hateful like can't wait for you to F up or anything. And that's good, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that sees it and either expects it or wants me to. I think more expects it than wants me to. And to them, I'd say, keep waiting. Because, the more, every day that goes by, I have more friends from school reach out on here. And that's another reason why I want to start reading the comments and checking in more on Facebook, because I've noticed that just over the past 5 days, I've had more people I used to be friends with in school start, reaching out more. So, and that I'm grateful for. I always used to say once I got older, I don't need a lot of friends. Don't like people or whatever, but I find that now that I've been alone for the past, I don't know, it feels like a year, but 3 or 4 months that I've actually been living alone with the little dog. It's kind of nice to have somebody to talk to every now and then, other than the little dog and other than myself, so. And I find that now that I'm not drinking, I'm getting that option to have more people to talk to. So I'll start trying to reach out more. It's really hard for me. I don't know why. But I am grateful for everybody that has been reaching out and stuff. So you know who you are. But really don't have like a set time on how long I'm going to do this. I don't know how long it's been. But trying to see, I thought, you see that every night, maybe that watches these, I have a different color light in each room. I don't like it being real bright, but I thought about putting, there's kind of a red light in there, but I have a plain light on too, because that's the front of the room, and the last thing I need is for somebody to be walking or driving down the road and see the red light. And I think we all know what, I don't want them thinking it's some kind of red light special up here. So I tried to do it for Christmas, but then I had to turn the other light on because it was really bright red up here. And unfortunately, my blinds have holes in them, so God forbid start being people beating on the windows. Crackheads alike. I don't know. Anywho, I'm rambling. My knees hurt from falling. Before anybody makes a crude joke. But I think I might make a hot bath and soak my old legs in them. But yeah, another day down. So, thank you for anybody that watched, and thank you if you watch afterwards. So, I'm going to try to post it here and TikTok, and we'll eventually catch it up on Instagram too. That way, anybody from friends or family from my past that, want to reach back out, seeing that I'm doing better, then hopefully it'll reach them. So, and anybody else tell me, when you talk on the phone, do you have to pace? I mean, is it just me and my, or is that something normal for people? But anyway, it's really cold. I'm already ready for spring. I'd rather have a 70-degree Christmas time, so anyway, I think I'm gonna go, and I'll try to start thinking about more things to talk about, just random things, because I can only talk about so much of, I started drinking when I was first time I got really drunk, like very first time getting drunk, I was 15. I was dating an older girl, and got with her and her friends, and where did we go? Anybody? Sure, the people from back home knows where New Salisbury is. Probably some of you have heard the story, but anywho, got out there, and I don't know. I didn't know anybody. I think my parents had gone to some birthday party or something too, because they wasn't home, and I stumbled my ass in. But that was the first time I ever got drunk. Big party. I don't know. It was a lot of land, a lot of keg, and a lot of people. And what's funny is the girl I was with and her best friend, their parents was looking for them, but nobody knew my parents because nobody had met me and nobody knew me. So we get back to Salem, they drop me off, and by the grace of God, I go in, and my mom and dad's gone somewhere, and they never went out. So they never ever kept alcohol in the house or anything. Excuse me. Sorry, that was rude. And then, you know, everybody from my generation, my class from back home, we all know what we did. Boone's Farm, Mad Dog 2020, Purple Passion, and wine coolers. Or God forbid you ever got a hold of Everclear. But yeah, it didn't really get bad for me until I turned 21, and then when I could do it myself, you know, that's when hit the ground running. But yeah, so alright, I'm sure I'll talk more about times in high school and what led up to, you know, me eventually just turning into a full-blown alcoholic. Sorry. I gotta get my teeth fixed. Hard for me to say certain words. Plus, I don't like the way it looks. So, anyways, I think I'm gonna go for real this time. Yeah, the dog is laying down, so it give me time to run a bath and everything. So, thank you for anybody that watched and, you know, watches afterwards. And again, I appreciate the comments, even just the thumbs up. And yeah, love you guys. And might talk to some of you tonight. If not, talk to as many as I can tomorrow. So stay safe, and thank you guys for the support. All of this. I mean that. So, good night, guys. I love you.